In this video we'll be showing you how to adjust the non-motor side post, the height on it. What you'll need is a number 8 Robinson head bit to go into your drill, along with 1/2 inch wrenches. 2 of them you'll need in order to remove the post from the drive shaft. We'll also need a cam buckle strap. You can also use a ratchet strap. Cam buckle is best to use just because it's easier to pull down on and to get your correct measurement and height. Cam buckle strap basically has a cam buckle on it, and you just release the tension by pressing down on it, sliding it back through. At this point in the video we'll want to lower the Covana down on top of the hot tub. We always want to have the cover on top of the hot tub whenever we're removing brackets and working on the mechanical side of the unit. Once the cover's on top of the tub, then we can go ahead and start removing the bracket on the post that we're working on. On this unit right now, we're going to work on this post and adjusting the height on for this jack right now. This is where you'll need your drill and your number 8 Robinson bit. At this point, you have the cover down on top of the hot tub, and you're ready to remove the bracket, and remove the hardware from the bracket to allow for the jack to be removed from the Covana. Now we can go ahead with removing the extrusion from the Covana. So we'll need a 7/32 Allen key to remove the top bolt. We're just removing the bolt just so that we can slide the entire extrusion off. Once we remove the bolt, then we'll remove the lower screw in the bottom extrusion. And now we can go ahead and remove the extrusion. Just be careful when you're sliding the extrusion off, just so that you don't have any buttons slamming down on top of each other. And at this point in time we can go ahead and remove the jack from the drive shaft. But first things first, we'll have to tie the jack down with the cam buckle strap. The reason why we do this is because once the jack's removed from the drive shaft, the jack will want to go up. It'll spring up on you, which we don't want to happen, just because then we'll have to pull it all the way back down again. Once the jack's been secured, we're now okay to remove the jack from the drive shaft. The 2 bolts that hold the frame cover to the jack will have to be removed and installed back on afterwards. Sometimes the drive shaft just has a lot of tension on it, so either one of 2 things that you can do is use a 3/4 inch wrench to pry back on the drive shaft to allow you to remove it, or you can just hit the side of the post and then the jack will remove off the drive shaft. Now that you have the jack off, now you can adjust the height. The simple way to look at this is that the drive shaft is off, which is locking down the motor side, which will allow the jack to go up. In order to get the jack to come back down, just pull on the cam buckle and the jack will come back down. When adjusting the height on the jacks, we're going to compare the jack to the blue strap to the orange one. The orange one is the one that we need to set the height to. The blue one, the blue strap on it is basically what we're going to need to adjust the height to that. to adjust it to the height that the glue strap is on. Basically come up with it and make sure that they're even. And at that point in time, now you can attach the drive shaft back onto the jack, and essentially completed the adjustment of the height on this unit. At this point in the video, you need a 3/4 inch wrench just to hook onto the drive shaft coming off of the jack. Our objective here is to get the drive shaft coming off the jack onto the drive shaft running to the motor side post. With the strap still attached, you just want to turn back on the non-motor side post drive shaft and just line them up. And it should slide on pretty easily. Another thing that you can do is just spray them down with silicone. At this point in time, you just want to tap on the back of the jack with your hammer just to allow the drive shaft to slide back on to the drive shaft going back to the motor side. Line up your holes for your bolt to go back through. Sometimes you may have to give it a light tap with the hammer to get your hole to line up again. Put your washer on the back side, put your nut back on, put your lower screw back through, and at this point in time you can now release your tension from the jack, and your height set, and the adjustment on the non-motor side post has been completed. After you've attached the jack back on, you can then slide the extrusion back over. Always be careful so that it doesn't slam down. Put your top Allen bolt back through, and your lower screw. And then you've completed this fix.